Ah, the fall season is finally upon us, and not just in anime form. Fall has always been one of my favorite times of the year. The leaves are falling, the rain is coming, and it's getting darker outside quicker. And of course, the most important part of any fall is seeing all the VTubers in their Halloween costumes. And of course, second to that is the fall anime season, which has been pretty damn consistent as of late, with the last 3 years having been absolute bangers. Having JJK Season 1 release in 2020, and 2 years ago having Demon Slayer Season 2 and Mushoku Tensei Season 2 in 2021, then just last year in 2022 we had Chainsaw Man, the start of the Bleach Thousand Year Blood War arc, and my personal favorite anime from last year, the hidden gem, which is not so hidden anymore, Bocchi the Rock. So as we get into this next anime season of fall 2023, we can yet again expect some without a doubt banger shows. So stick around to the end of the video to know exactly which anime you should be watching from this fall anime season. First and foremost, every time I make one of these seasonal anime videos, I like to just quickly address and go over the shows that are very popular that are coming out this season that I'm not going to be personally watching. Like last anime season, I had to mention the newest season of Bleach coming out because a lot of people are very excited for that show, but me personally, I had read the entire manga for Bleach instead of watching the show, therefore I wasn't going to watch the new season. So here is all the shows that are going to without a doubt be a banger, but I personally just won't be watching this anime season. First up is none other than the fan favorite show that aired quite a while ago, Eminence in Shadow. I personally know some people who really like this show, and I did watch the first episode, but I just never really got that into it, but nonetheless, a lot of people out there are going to be really excited for the second season of Eminence in Shadow this fall. Next is another fan favorite show that I just couldn't get into no matter how many times I tried, no matter how many people adore it, and that's Spy X Family. I will probably, however, check out the manga in the future at some point, but I just won't be watching the anime. Once again, the next anime I know is a fan favorite, and it has been for quite some time since Season 1 came out, and that's Rising of the Shield Hero Season 3. The fan favorite isekai is coming back for yet again another season of the anime, and fans are sure to be hyped once more for the newest season. This next season of anime hasn't had a sequel in quite some time, so I know a lot of people are going to be excited about it, and that's none other than Goblin Slayer Season 2, the second season to the quite popular fantasy series where some pretty questionable stuff takes place, but nonetheless, the fans of the show are going to be overjoyed when the second season finally arrives. Next up is the newest season of Tokyo Revengers, and I watched at least half of the first season of Tokyo Revengers when it first came out, and stopped after a while because I just couldn't fall in love with the show like other people could, and then all that stuff happened with the manga ending and stuff getting dragged out and whatnot, but nonetheless, the fans of the show are going to be hyped either way, so it doesn't really matter. Next show that I won't unfortunately be checking out this anime season is of course the 10 out of 10 show, Girlfriend Season 2. The fans of this show and romance harem anime will be excited to know a new season of this absolutely perfect show is coming out this fall. Now this next one I've never been a fan of or even had a slightest want to check out in my entire anime and manga enjoyment history, and that's Toilet Bound Hanako-kun's newest season. Now, I do think that this is a spin-off show and not an actual new season of the show, but nonetheless, the very dedicated fan base should be very excited to watch more of the show they hold so dear. The next show I won't be watching because I just don't like the show and the universe and the characters, but if you're a fan and you're excited for this new season set in the world of Seven Deadly Sins, Season 1 of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, apocalypse, then you should be very excited you get to watch a new season set in this universe. The final show that I won't be watching is one that I might go and actually watch season 1 for if I decide to do so at some point, since I originally planned on reading the manga for this series, but I just haven't got around to it yet, and that's The Ancient Magnus Bride. Fans of this series should be pleased and excited to know that there is now a season 2 of this fan favorite show coming out this fall. Now we move on to the shows that I am most excited for this next anime season, the shows I think every single person and their mother should be watching, and let me tell you, this fall 2023 season has got plenty of them. First up is going to be honestly one of my favorite shonen anime ever since I've watched season 1, and I've watched the past 2 seasons as they've come out over the past 2 years, and that's none other than Dr. Stone Season 3 Part 2, or the 4th season of Dr. Stone. I said this the last time I talked about Dr. Stone, and I'll say it again here: if you haven't watched it, or you're not caught up right now, now is the time to catch up so you can watch the newest season when it comes out, because Dr. Stone really is that good. Next up is 1/3 of the anime coming out this season that I like to call the new trio of new gen shonen anime, and that's Soso no Frieren. Soso no Frieren is a fantasy series that takes place after the party has already defeated the Demon King, and follows our main character, who is an elf, and she outlives all of the members of her party and has to learn to live without them and how it affects her. I personally read the first volume of the manga a little while ago and found it very entertaining, so I am super excited for this anime to come out. Next up is a romance anime called You Were Experienced and I Was Not, and if you've watched any of my old seasonal anime videos, then you'll know without a doubt that I love my shitty romance anime just like this, and this show looks like it's right up my alley. Next up is once again a perfect example of a sure-to-be good show, but also a bad show, and that's 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really, Really Love You. Now, just like the last one, I love my crappy romance anime, so again, I will be giving this one a shot, and I assume if you're a romance anime fan, or you've seen this ridiculous title at some point in the past year, you're going to be giving this anime a shot just like me. The next show, if I'm being honest, is something I know absolutely nothing about, but the trailer and the promotional images looked cool enough, so I'll be giving it a shot as well, and that's The Kingdoms of Ruin, a fantasy sci-fi series with some pretty interesting looking scenes from the trailer alone, so I'll be giving that one a shot as well. Next is another show I know very little about, and that's Ragna Crimson, which is an isekai, which I'm usually not a fan of, but this one does look interesting, so I will be giving it a shot and seeing how it turns out. Next up is 2/3 of what I called the trio of new gen anime just a couple seconds ago, and just now I'm realizing how lame that sounds, but nonetheless, Undead Unluck is going to do wonders in anime format, I'm sure of it. If you don't know the premise, there's basically a guy who can't die, and a girl who anyone she touches gets hurt or has bad luck, so they inevitably team up. It's your typical Shonen Jump battle shonen, but nonetheless, I am super excited for this show to come out, and I hope you guys are too. Next up is another show I am super excited for this upcoming anime season because the animation looks oh so crispy, and I've heard some pretty great things about the manga, and that's The Apothecary Diaries. I mean, if it is great, just know you heard it here first, because this anime could be massive this next season. Next is the final piece of my personal hype puzzle for this fall anime season, and that's going to be Shangri-La Frontier, which is a shonen isekai where these characters go into a game, and that's pretty much all I know about it. The animation looks really cool, the action scenes look really cool, so I expect it to be massive just based on what I've heard about the manga. This, Frieren, and Undead Unluck are all shonen manga that have been on my radar for some time now, and I've been looking forward for the anime for these 3 manga for a very long while, and I expect them to be very good, so be sure to be on the lookout for these 3 anime this season specifically. The next show is going to be a show I wouldn't usually watch, but I just watched what in my opinion was the best show last season, excluding JJK of course, was My Happy Marriage, and this next show is another romance that's somewhat shoujo-esque, and that's going to be A Girl and Her Guard Dog. I'll be checking this one out because I really am a sucker for all and any type of romance anime. The next show is a anime I've known about for quite some time now, since I saw the announcement on Twitter and I liked the cover art for, the art style and not any other reason. And that's none other than The Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch, which looks like just a chill, calm, slice-of-life fantasy series, an entertaining show that I can just sit back and relax and watch this upcoming anime season. The next show is another show I know very little about, and that's Ron Komonohashi's Forbidden Deductions, which looks from the cover and trailer like a very interesting mystery show, and since I love mystery detective shows, I'm going to be giving this one a shot. It's as simple as that. The next show is another one I've been aware of for the longest time because of the name, and that's Under Ninja. I know absolutely nothing about this show other than I assume it's about a ninja. But other than that, I find it really fun to go into some of these anime seasons knowing nothing about some of these shows. The next anime I'm going to be checking out this anime season is another one that I believe will be a massive show, just like the previous ones I mentioned in this video, and that's Shy. Shy is a pretty popular shonen manga series getting an anime this fall, and I absolutely can't wait for it. It's another one of those shows I know will be popular without a doubt, but I don't know much about the plot. But one thing I will tell you is that you absolutely need to make sure you give this show a chance. The next anime I'm going to be giving a chance is called Overtake. There are 2 car racing anime this season, and I feel like since I've never watched a car anime ever, I feel like I should give it a shot because it looks quite interesting. And I'm going to be honest and give it a fair chance to win me over because I'm not much of a car guy, but let's see if this anime can change that. The next anime is another one that all car fans and anime fans should be excited for, and that's none other than MF Ghost, the next anime by the author of Initial D, arguably the most popular car anime of all time. And this is his next manga being animated this fall, and for those reasons, I'm again excited to give a car racing anime a shot, and you should be too. The next show is once again another show I know very little about other than it's about firefighters, and it honestly looks really cool, and that's Firefighter Daigo, Rescuer in Orange, which is a presumably about normal firefighters, not like Fire Force, and that interests me, so I'll be giving this show a shot. The next show is called 16-Bit Sensation, and based on the cover art and the trailer, it looks like just a pleasant, calm slice of life show that's easy to watch and enjoy. Looks like a show for anyone who wants to sit back and relax this fall to watch a good anime. The last 2 shows I'm going to be checking out this anime season are going to be shows I'm going to watch no matter what the current MAL score states for one of them, and that's Fooly Cooly Grunge and Fooly Cooly Shoegaze. I am a massive fan of Fooly Cooly and music in general, with grunge and shoegaze being some of my favorite music genres overall, and with Fooly Cooly being in my top 2 anime ever, this is an absolute no-brainer must-watch show for me and any other Fooly Cooly fans out there. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below letting me know what show you guys are most excited for this upcoming anime season, and if I missed any shows that you think I should be watching that I didn't mention in this video, be sure to let me know as well. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell to never miss another upload just like this one, as well as check out some of my socials linked down in the description below. Be sure to check out one of the videos popping up on screen right about now, but with that being said, as always, thanks for watching, peace.